order. Roll call, please, Virginia.
Chairman Pascal Romano.
Here.
Vice Chairman Fred Brown.
Here.
Commissioner Sandra Wright.
Here.
Commissioner Joseph Sitapella. Commissioner Frank P. Rossi. We have a quorum.
Okay. First item on the agenda is discussion action on voting to reinstate Robert Nappe to his former position of East Haven police officer.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion, whereas Judge Angela Robinson in the case of Robert Nappe versus East Haven Board of Police Commissioners, docket number SC 17926, CB-0504008609-S, has issued a writ of mandamus ordering the East Haven Board of Police Commissioners to reinstate Robert Nappe to the position of East Haven police officer. And whereas, in the light of all the facts and circumstances that have transpired, reinstatement of Robert Nappe to the position of East Haven police officer in the best interest of the city of East Haven, therefore I move that the East Haven Board of Police Commissioners reinstate Robert Nappe to his former position of East Haven police officer effective Friday, August 22nd at 800 hours.
Motion, have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second, discussion. Since we have the board's attorney here, I have a question. After Judge Robinson issued the order, a couple of things have happened. One is a injury sustained by Mr. Nappe on an accident where he was a pedestrian, which occurred after the judge's decision. Another issue that came before the board was a directive from the Civil Service Commission not to hire. Based on those two, I'm asking if you, as the board's attorney, can guarantee the members of this board that they cannot be held personally or collectively responsible for anything in the future by adopting this motion.
Personally liable board members?
Yes,
here?
yes. And I ask this because of, again, you know, in my 11 years on the board, we've never taken anyone with these types of injuries that you know of. That, in my estimation, is a liability to the board. And second of all, the service can overturn this decision.
If the board acting in good faith would not face any liability.
But knowing these facts,
but
can you guarantee that we're not?
They're not. We have a court order. You know, we have a superior court that has made an order.
Right.
And the facts which I assume are true, I'm not disputing you, but are not legally relevant to the response to that.
But they occurred after the judge's decision, and the board members of the board know these facts, and to directly, you know, take an action knowing these facts, I'm asking you, can they be held personally liable? It's my opinion that they can't. I'm not an attorney.
It's my opinion that they cannot, because you're acting in good faith. That this is in the best interest of the town, and in response to a judicial order. The greater danger would be if you disobeyed a judicial order, you could be found to be in contempt at some point. And that is, it wouldn't happen based on anything tonight, but you know, there's.
And if the civil service decides that their action, if they continue their action of not rehiring, we're going to hire them then again.
Well, that's a different form. That's a different form.
But it's something that's before the board.
This is being voted he's being reinstated according to this action, because the writ of mandamus, the mandamus action for the court, characterizes it as that he's being reinstated.
I understand that, but since then, the board of the Civil Service Commission has directed, ordered, whatever you want to say, not to rehire, hire, or anything to do with it. So that's, I guess.
That's a matter for the Civil Service Commission.
Okay. And they did send us a directive.
And if that gets litigated in a different form, that's a litigation for a different day.
Okay. And you don't think that any members of this board can be held?
No.
Okay. Any other discussion? We have, I'm sorry,
you know,
If I may just make a point, I'd like to make one point here.
Mhm.
During this period of time, Robert Nappe was working part-time for AMR, a national corporation. And during this period of time, I'm sure he's lived with people under earnings. I'm sure he's did CPR and other functions, physical, bending, whatever it may be. And I'm sure a corporation the size of AMR would not take any chances at all. Having a person dealing with a life and death situation that is not fully qualified. And that's the only thing I would say.
Anyone else? If not, I'll ask for a roll call vote. Virginia?
Chairman Pascal Romano.
No.
Vice Chairman Frederick Rao.
Yes.
Commissioner Joseph Civitello.
Yes.
Commissioner Frank Pietrosi.
Yes.
Commissioner Sandra Wright.
No.
Okay, motion carried. Item number 2, discussion and action on voting to clarify that the Board of Police Commissioners does not authorize, support, or endorse an attorney grievance complaint 08-0466, filed May 19, 2008, with the statewide grievance committee of the judicial branch of the state of Connecticut.
I'll make a motion, sir, that we, whereas the State Board of Police Commissioners had not previously voted to support the filing of a grievance complaint with the statewide grievance committee of the judicial branch of the state of Connecticut against Attorney James Cirillo. And whereas on May 19, 2008, the State Board of Police Commissioners Chairman Pasquale Romano, in filing grievance complaint number 08-0466, acted not in his capacity as an individual citizen, but apparently as a board chairman. Therefore moved that council communicate in writing to the statewide grievance committee of the judicial branch of the state of Connecticut to clarify that Pasquale Romano was not acting on behalf of the East Haven Board of Police Commission in filing grievance complaint number 08-0466, unless prior to said communication, Chairman Romano withdraws the complaint and report to the council to that effect.
Motion made, do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Any?
If people are interested, the purpose of this, I believe, is a clarification. This is a copy of the complaint that was filed in.
Thank you.
Was it?
Thank you.
On in Chairman Romano's statement, he identifies himself as a chairman of the East Haven Board of Police Commissioners, and then, perhaps more importantly, on the signature page, he signs it in his capacity as East Haven Board of Police Commissioners. And the issue here is simply clarifying to the grievance committee that Chairman Romano was acting as an individual in filing the complaint as opposed to representing the will and the action of this board. And so if Chairman Romano were to choose to withdraw his complaint before that letter goes out and communicates to me to that effect, then there'd be no need for me to write the grievance board. Otherwise, I would write a letter that simply clarifies that he was acting in his own capacity as an individual as opposed to speaking on behalf of the board action. And the complaint presumably will continue on that individual basis. That's by way of explanation as to what's going on.
You know, this is, I can't, like I mentioned before, I can't remember if the board at that time voted or not, and I won't say yes or no at this time. What I will do is, I will take on advisement, and I'll let you know when I talk to an attorney, and I'll let you know if we're going to withdraw it or what.
Okay.
Okay?
And proceed on that.
Okay. Motion made second, and any other discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Chairman Romano.
No.
Frederick Rao.
Yes.
Joseph Sotelo?
Yes.
Frank Pirosi?
Yes.
Sandra Wright? No.
Motion's carried 3-2.